Hey, I'm Ashley. So I tell everyone I'm a coach, but really I am in expectation management. My job isn't just about teaching tricks, it's about balancing ambition with reality to help reduce disappointment, achieve sustainable movement, free from injury, plateau, burnout, and promote incremental growth towards those high ticket goals. I regularly help silence those little voices in my athlete's head that annoyingly poke at them with those false narratives about their movement and their bodies. These voices create random and often unrealistic timelines. They encourage comparison. They treat practice and trying as a non essential step. They support the idea of one and done rather than mastery. They tell them that everything is all about the picture or the video for the gram and not about the process and the journey and being able to repeat what they did, making it better and more reliable, more easy to call upon, and able to put into a sequence or a routine. It fails to treat practice as an art that requires consistency. It puts more emphasis on our weaknesses rather than our strengths. Those voices fail to celebrate the little wins that are super important, and those little voices are never, ever satisfied. So, why does silencing those pesky voices matter? Well, if I can't help my athletes manage them, then nothing else I try to say or do as a coach matters, because it's going to be blocked out by those little voices. How exactly do I help extinguish those voices and manage expectations? Well, I'm honest. Whether it's going to hurt, suck, be hard, be extra hard, take time, I tell my athletes that. I don't say things are easy and I don't pretend that they are. If they mention my seemingly effortless movement when demoing something that makes it look easy, I remind them that, hey, I've been doing this for years, 16 to be exact, and it wasn't always that easy. We take time to focus on what the body can do. We celebrate that, we lean into that, and we build from there. I also don't give them drills that I can't do or won't do or even haven't done. Why? The best way to know is by doing, and I should be willing to do anything that I ask them to do. So instructors, test what you teach and make sure it's realistic. Also, there are levels to difficulty to what we do, so I help them understand and progress through those levels. I break things down so that they can understand just how difficult and demanding moves can be. So for example, if you struggle to lift your legs when sitting on the floor or in a chair, it's going to be that much more difficult in the air when you're fighting even more gravity while also holding your body up with your arms. I focus on gradual progress and injury prevention rather than quick fixes, and I also don't make promises that someone else's body can't keep. It's not about what I think, it's about what they can do and what their body says that they can do. I remind them time and time again that tricks discriminate. Why? Because every move that we do was created in someone else's movement likeness. What do I mean by that? The tricks that we covet so much, their creator found themselves in a pose that they found aesthetically pleasing that was made possible by their body structure, their ability, and creativity at the time of the creation. So their strength, their mobility, their flexibility, their stability, balance, coordination, confidence, creativity, and sometimes with some of these newer tricks we're seeing, their sheer insanity and daredevilness all played a part. Those things is what made the move possible. So how they did the move is a guide and not a rule, but also not every move is ideal for every person, and that is 100% okay. Find the moves that your body can do, the things that you like to do, and lean into that. I always use the floor as my training assistant. I use grounded skills to teach and help athletes understand engagement, help them understand techniques, and also understand moves that require a series of movements to get there. So without the added challenge of holding yourself in the air and fighting gravity, that allows them to focus on each individual part of it. So not only will they understand the movement mechanics, but also the effort involved in each phase or that overlapping and sequential firing of movement that needs to happen in order to make a trick possible. I tell them the truth about what the billions of videos on social soul-snatching media claim, that there's no such thing as get your, insert your move here, splits, backbend, Pegasus, straddle support, closed ring, whatever the move, whatever the apparatus, in 5 minutes or less, when your body still needs to build the strength, mobility, stability, balance, coordination, flexibility, and confidence. These viral videos that we save endlessly are misleading, and they aren't really realistic for the vast majority of people that are watching and saving them. Remember, gains, especially those that you want to retain, require consistent practice over weeks, months, sometimes even years, depending on the goal, and not minutes. I regularly remind my students and competitors that if it was easy, we wouldn't be doing it. And if it was easy, then probably everyone would be doing it. So embrace the challenge. I'm often heard saying things like, it takes as long as it takes. It's true, it just does. But I follow that up by saying it'll take even longer without consistency and proper programming. I remind them that just because they haven't done the thing or they haven't gotten the trick doesn't mean that they aren't making progress. There are so many other signs of progress along the way towards those high-ticket goals, so I help them recognize and celebrate those mini milestones because they matter. So yeah, my job is to manage expectations, to keep athletes realistic, help them avoid comparison, keep them focused on what they can do, and create customizable programming that supports their individual goals and abilities. That's what I really do.